What up, what up, what up? Good morning. Lonnie here, Charts and Labs. How is everybody doing this awesome Thursday morning, Thursday, January 15th? Save the small account. As you can see, the giant green line of this overnight QQQ play that I hit, and even an Intel play that I hit. Um, Pretty crazy. Before we get started, I just want to remind everybody this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just giving you my insight, my familiarity with the markets and everything, my opinion, so that you can gain yours and have the confidence to make these plays yourself in the market. If you want to follow along, that's great. I hope we all make some money together. So this is my small account that I originally started with like 300 bucks, and then I ran it up, and then I almost blew it up, and I added like 60 bucks, and then I recovered it, had a great day, and then I withdrew a bunch of it to play in TXC. That's kind of the name of the game. Is we're building up these profits, and as we gain profits day trading, we take those profits, take them over to the crypto portfolio, and build that crypto portfolio up. Um, and then I almost blew it up again, and I had to add like 80 bucks. So it has gotten saved a couple times on me adding 30 or 80 bucks. But last night or the overnight was a really big swing as we go into the one day. Um, I profited $756 on that swing after recovering the account. You can see that I'm all out of my position right now. And we're going to go into I want to go into my history so we can see these plays. I have them in the watch list so we can find them. So what happened was, I guess that's as far back as we go. Oh, there we go. That's where I added the 80 bucks and bought more of those calls. Oh, showing a bunch canceled. Um, so this one is the one that I bought. I bought it yesterday for $1.40 or 140 bucks. Sold it for 182 this morning. I set that as just a kind of a fun test to see if Intel was going to test 50 bucks today. I didn't really want to sell it once it started moving, but I was too busy focused on the QQQ because I had these with an average of 0.31. As it was moving around in the morning, I was trying to guess what price I wanted to sell it at because it was moving up so huge, and it expired today. So I had to be, if I wanted to capture that top profit, I had to kind of guess at the open. Um, and originally I said 2.22 for the spike, and if we come down here to this one, which is where we're at, we can see that 191, 187 are the most that it's showing on that, but we actually had a couple at the 225. So I might have been able to fill, I only had 5 of them. I might have been able to fill at the 222. The other level that I wanted obviously was 2. 2 times 5 is 1,000. That would have been really cool. And my goal was to try to capture 222, but if not, if it failed, immediately switch to the $2 price, but it was moving too fast and I missed it. So what ended up happening is I sold those 4 at 188, and then I turned my other one to 2, trying to capture it if it spiked back up, or I was going to try to capture the 220. So if I could have sold that one at 220, it would have been like selling. I would have had to sell it at 240 actually to make up. Like I sold all of them at 2. Anyway, I was going to try to let that one run just in case it recovered so I didn't miss out. It ended up losing the 150 mark on this drop, and I sold it at the 144 on the little bounce from this 135. And as you can see, it went all the way back up to the 187, almost the 188. So I could have sold for the 180 had I held on to it a little bit longer. But as you can see, we've dropped down to 147, 153 is what it's showing on the candle chart. But as you can see over here, it's 123 now. So it is dropping quickly as it's mellowing and the hype is running. And now it's under the 626. So that price is going to drop very quickly because this is a 0-day option. expires today, and 626 is a strike. Price is under that and going down, so I'm very happy with my sell. Wish I got two, but nonetheless, very, very happy with that. Turned out better than I anticipated because I was only hoping to try to get 0.75 was my actual my hope, because 5 times 75 would have given me, gotten me back to that $400 375 range plus the 140 that I have on Intel, which would have basically reset my account back to the 500. This in my watch list, I did have this call for Intel going into the week. This was the only thing that I had, and I sold it at 4. So technically, being that I should have my account at 638, and my account is over 1,000, even though I chased a couple plays with AMD and lost. Overall, this week has been a really good week. We had this pullback down here, and then shot back up from where we were. So, very successful week. I haven't decided how much I want to bring over to TXC yet, but I kind of think I am going to. So let's go trade, spot trading, picks, TXC. Oh, it's under $1 again. Yep, I for sure will. Okay, let's come over here and get some USDC. I'm gonna do 250, 266, 266.81. We're gonna do it like that. And review, buy, done. So now I have 750 available in my investing account as my buying power. I'm gonna leave that. I might trade it next week or tomorrow. I haven't decided. What I have going on in my account, if you're familiar with Robinhood, is when you have a small account, they'll let you do 3-day trades where you buy and sell on the same day. And this was a good one. I was okay with that. A little bit of a bummer because I don't think I made very much. This one I was okay with. This was the 555 up to 755, so I was really glad that I got that one. And then this one was kind of a mistake. Oh, I think this one. No, this was when they ran on Friday, so I was glad. I profited well on this one. I profited well on this one, and then this one I bought to kind of average down. And then when I saw that it wasn't going down anymore, this was on my AMD puts that I ended up losing on. I bought this one and sold this one for basically the same price that I bought it for. So this was a really annoying day trade, and I did it kind of impulsively because I was upset and I was trying to preserve capital and save the account. So I sacrificed my day trading power to save the account. And so now if I buy something, I have to sell it. If I buy something, I have to sell it the next day. Or what I need to do is let the funds settle and switch to a cash account tomorrow is probably what I'll do. And then I can switch back next week. So that's what I got to remember to do in the morning. I should have done it today, but I was too busy trying to make sure I captured that profit in the morning. So that's what we got going on with that. Is why I'm probably gonna be idle with this money. I might, like right now, I bought that Intel one just to be part of it. I might grab another one. That's what I'll do. If this comes all the way back down to 0.25, I'll buy 2 more. And I forgot that it does that. Buy. So buy. I want to buy 2 at 0.25. Review. Submit. Done. So I have the one. If it comes back down, I will buy 2 more. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to be good with that. And I have my 266 81. I'm going to transfer this. Let me make sure I do. I want to wallet receive. The Solana one is faster, so I want to make sure I receive. I think that happened faster last time. USDC is what I'm trying to receive on the Solana network. And then this is my USDC Solana copy. And we're going to get out of that. And that. And that. So we're on this, ready to go. Come over here. USDC, we want to send. I'm going to send the 265. Paste. When I hit continue, it's going to bring up my networks, and I want to be on Solana. I'm already checked. Review. Accept and continue. You're sending 265. Submit. My notification to make sure it's me on my phone. Yes, that is me. And done. So now we can come over. Hey, don't scare me like that. Made me jump. Big ferocious guard dog. So now let's look at Intel on this while that is going. Sending me my money. Sending myself my money. As you can see on the 15-minute, we are on the volume weighted moving average. Huge buy up, and what this did, this is called filling the gap. So whenever there's a large gap from a large move up between the extended hours into the market, you get what's called a gap. Where the price has no connection. There's no fluidness in the candles to candles, and this looks like it filled the gap. So what we're hoping and looking for is that Intel will continue its momentum, get back over this, and get back to this 49.83 line and above it. If it follows this line, that's okay. We're okay with that for the rest of the evening. But once it gets above this, where this open was, we'll even do a little horizontal right here. I'm going to make this one be a fun color. Call it green for go. So we want to get above that. 49.83 is an old line from back in the past. Let's see if I got my money yet. Wallet overview. Don't have it yet, so we go in here, crypto, USDC, in transit. A lot of people send mostly on Ethereum. Ethereum is a variable network. Solana is too. Ethereum is more consistent. Solana is a little bit more variable in the price, but Solana tends to be a little bit faster. And the last time we did the Ethereum one, I thought it took a little while. And then when we did Solana the time after that, fairly quick. Oh, boom, there it is. See how fast that is? So now we're going to come over here, trade. When I have USDC or USD, if you make a deposit with a debit card or anything, you have to convert it. So we're going to convert my USDC max, and I want to convert it to USDT so that I can go buy. Again, max 265 means I'm going to lose $1.50. Confirm. Never takes 20 seconds. Might take 10 though. So now I will, well, it's going to take the whole time for once. Because I said something. Oh, it's going to take the whole time. Futures are running. Let's see, 624.90, that's kind of back down. Oof. Probably filled my order over here. Did I get those? Nope, sitting at 0.28. Hasn't filled those yet. But we're going to go by. Oh, your order is in process. There will be. What? What? Never have I ever seen that. That is wild. Oh no, there it is. Holy cow. It took the whole 20 seconds and they said, what the heck is going on? So let's go ahead and make some buys. We're gonna do a market buy for, we're just gonna test it out and do, well, let's do a $50 one. Let's just throw it out there, market buy, and see what happens to the price. Boom! Look at that big candle. So, when you do a market buy, the difference between these, if you're not familiar with it, a market buy is gonna go by purely off of whatever I tell it to. If I'm saying buy me as many TXE as you can for $50, it says that it's estimating that I'm gonna get 49.82. But it'll depend on this order book, and so right now we can kind of see that that's right around there. It gets me all the way up to it. I'm going to buy some at $1, 1.007. I'm going to buy some lower than that. When you do a market buy, it takes all those orders plus and fills them, and then after that it has to refill the orders. So now we're up to 101. We got this above the moving average. And looks like it's holding above these moving averages. Nice solid candle. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to create bullish momentum. I'm trying to push the price a little bit. I believe under, my average is like $1.07 on these that I've been buying. So I'm lowering my average at anywhere under $1. To me, with the fact that the mine, based on, if you look at the old documents where they talked about the path that everybody's hung up on, that $16 number, 22% of that is $3.50. Anything under $3.50, to me, is a gift. I'll buy it all day long. Now, of course, I want to get the best value. But I also am tired of seeing it under $1 personally. I like to see that this is going up and gaining some momentum. So we're trying to see if we can create some momentum. I did about half on this first candle, and I'm going to lower this down to 5 minutes. You can see that some of this was part of my candle and some of it was not, but we're holding above this. I'm expecting it to come back to this just because of the lack of orders. And these the markets will always chase liquidity. So if there is no action up here, there eventually these sell orders are going to move down to fill into these buy orders. If there is more pressure on the upside because these sell orders are staying up here and they're not moving, then the buy orders will come up. And that's where the momentum and the pressure comes from that creates the consistency in the market that needs that direction. It's not just one person coming in and placing a $10,000 order, swept all the way up to $1.50. If nobody comes in and places another $1.50 buy order, that order won't hold and it'll fade back down to this $1.20 or wherever it is until somebody will buy it again. So it's always about consistency. And as we can see, we had 51 in that one and 88 in that one, which is 132, 33, which are my orders. So cool thing is my orders came across 2 different candles. So I'm going to wait 3 minutes or so right here, and I want to see if I can get some of this order into the next time frame, just to create that consistency. So we're at 109 or 1009. Sorry, make sure I get all the decimals. On my phone it shows it. I don't think I've seen it on the computer, but on my phone the WeBot app shows that my average is $1.07. If I go into the phone app now, after I bought those, my average is down to 106 is what it shows on my holding. So that's kind of cool. But as you can see, this is getting, the wick is very high because I bought some all the way up there, but because there's been no other orders, it's starting to come down to see where it can fill the order, and it might be all the way down to 1005. Oh, nope, somebody came in and bought some, filled an order. If we can, I don't know if we can do this. Let's see, 1 minute. Let's see what happened. Did we get a tick right there? 25 was bought then. I feel like that was mine. And then this was 0, 0, 0. So those are all staying because it's kind of going off of what this mid is, but technically there was no order. We did have an order all the way down to 1007. These don't really count because there's no confirmed order. These are 0 orders, just what the mid price was and what it was changing based off of. So I want to wait, I want to get into the next time frame, and I'll buy some more. Let's come back and see. Intel's still coming back down. I want to see how QQQ is doing because that would make me feel really good. 625.36. I kind of came back up a little bit after hitting the 624.51. I like when the support stays across long time frames, so multiple days, and QQQ is one that's really good at that, where if you need to see zones and ranges that it could get to, just zoom out and you can see where it was hitting previous 627.96. This is the price that I think I had set where it would have been 244 at open, and that's how I came up with that. Plus it would have been an exact plus $1,000 on those calls that I had. So that's kind of how I came up with that. Let's see. I really like Rocket Lab, and I want to get in on a good deal. And I'm thinking there is one here. So let's go look at them real fast while we're waiting. We're double dipping. I might get one of these. We're going to trade their options. Let's go to 22 days. I like that number. We'll just look at February 6th just so I have some time on it. They are expensive, but I like this one, the 95 at 5. So that means I'm looking for it to get to at least $100 if you combine the break even to see that. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to get that one. Continue at 5. I'll get one. Submit. Done. Go back to my investing. We're going to see that, oh, those 3 filled. I got that 0.25, so that's cool. I kind of like having 3 of them, and I have them at a decent average now in case Intel comes back up. So it's currently at 0.23, my average now, because I bought that one kind of at the expensive rate when I thought it was just going to run. I thought Apple News was announced or something, and then nobody knows, and it was just going to run to 60. So these are for tomorrow, which means that I'm going to be selling tomorrow. But let's just look if we can get back to 53 just for fun, which is that's a 10% move. That's a little bit too much. Let's go, we'll just go to 51. 51 is a 5% move. Tomorrow at open, those will be 50 cents. So probably not the best play, but I have it just in case if anything announces. It's only, so since I have, it's $100, it's basically $110 gamble just to make sure that I'm in it, because I'm a little bit upset that I'm not. I do want this one to hit, though. I would like that. I think Rocket Lab is going to get some contracts. They're going to be happening. So now that we're into the new window, let's do a couple more buys. We're going to do 25 for this one. Actually, we're going to do 50 for this one. Buy. Getting about 49. Bink. That's a good little candle. And it's on multiple different time frames. We're going to let it come down a second. We're going to do, so watch this. I'm going to set a limit on this one. And I'm going to do 1018. 1018. And 50. Buy. Confirm. It's saying that because I'm above what the price is, but it's sitting here, as you can see. I only filled 14 of those out of my 50 at that price, because so now it's holding where there's 20 more are at that price. So what this is kind of doing is now creating a higher floor. So I have 20. Let's go. We're going to do it just under 101. We're going to do like that. And we're going to do my remaining balance. This will be just a secondary support. Nope, cancel. 101.75. And we're going to place that order. So these are my two orders, my remaining 34.62 and then my 23.70. So what this is going to create is a hard little support right here, and the price will probably come down into those to fill. This guy at the 101.84 doesn't want to come down to fill, or he will. So kind of depends right there, but that's the difference of market. Market is going to fill no matter what, at whatever cost to fill. If you're giving it an exact amount of TXC you want to buy, or if you, well, in this case, you're giving it the USDT, it's going to get as many TXC as it can for that amount. And if you're doing a sell, when you do a market sell, you're telling it how much TXC you want to sell, and it's selling them at no matter what cost. So if I came in and said I wanted to sell 100 TXC, it's to sell 100 TXC. It's going to come all the way down even below. So I got this order book is only for 96 TXC. I'm going to get an average of 101 per each one. There you go, 100, 101. But it's going to go all the way down to $1.003. So because it's going to come all the way down, if I set my sell as a limit, that's where you get this. If I don't want it to, I want to sell 100 TXC, but I don't want it to go under $1, then that's where it'll be firm at $1, and it'll only go down to, well, it'll fill all these ones. But say 1.01, 101. I don't want it to go below 101. That means that it'll come all the way down to here, and you're only going to be able to sell 70 out of that 100, and the other 30 are going to have to sit there until somebody will come up and buy them. Now it's 25, 30. It's kind of moving around, but that's what the limit is. When you set a limit, it's only going to sell it if it's met at that price. If you're doing market, it's going to do it no matter what. So I did a couple market buys, but now I set a couple to sit there and kind of hold the price. So this is partially filling. We're up to 15 now as that guy came down instead of the 14. So that's that one. Let's just go check on option plays. Intel still going down. That sucks. For the news, Starbucks analyst. That's not Intel news. Intel earnings next week on the 22nd. Irene Energy. This is my whole watch. Watch this. I have to probably go double click on them, and then we'll get their news. City upgrade, investigating Intel standing on semiconductors. Intel is getting better. NVIDIA initiated by DraftKings upgraded. SK Hynix speeding up new chip fab opening. Cool. Nothing on Apple yet, but that's kind of what's happening. Looks like a bunch of people were buying calls though. Yeah, people are buying them. Intel's still good. I like Intel a lot. Let's see. Haven't filled any more, so that's that. Let's see if my order's filled. Boom. Oh. Boom. Oh. Yep. So I have both. And I have $200 of buying power that I will just hold on to. I'm up a little bit on this guy though. That's cool. So Rocket Lab and Intel. We're holding Intel tomorrow. I have this one for February, looking for a move up, and we're looking at Intel in case there's a breakout. You know, things are getting hot on the semiconductor side. The Apple rumors are fired up, and we're looking to see that come back. So let's go back and see Intel one last time before I break off of this video. Looks like we're coming back down. So if we look, there's a little bit of a gap down here. I don't think it's going to go all the way down there. But if it came all the way back to 46, that would be crazy. I think realistically we could see this range get tested. I wouldn't be surprised if it moved back up. I'm looking for a move back up. So at the peak we were up 1,500%. And we're currently sitting at 1,300%. So what a play. Saved my small account, and we continue moving on, taking our day trading profits, our options profits into our TXC. And we have built up quite the TXC account doing this. As you can see, I now have 2,576. I will have more than that here pretty soon. Looks like I will be 26, 25 or so, because I need to get 33 more there and 23 more there. I'll be about 2,630, 2,640 depending. Let's say 2,630 is what I'm going to have. Plus I have my bots still. I still have these bots, and they are down 18%, but that's because I started them at $1.26, hoping this 101, 103 range breaks out and we get back going to a 120 price point. If I could get my bots in profit, that would be phenomenal. I would love to get up to $1.40, $1.60, $1.80, somewhere in there, and turn these bots off, close them out, and then I want to restart them. I want to do different parameters, different price ranges. I want to be able to move the lower and the upper range based on the price that we're at. I think TXC is establishing its organic, kind of authentic price ranges and resistance points. So I want to fit that and make sure my ranges are cooperating. So sorry for the longer video. I thought this was going to be quick, but I took a little bit longer going through everything. And now I got to run and take Allie to the vet. She cracked a tooth. Poor little girl. So thank God for some day trading profits to pay for vet bills. See you guys.